Probably the most important resource in Minecraft is the XP orb. And it's kind of hard to craft given that you can only use it to trade from villagers. Well, you don't have to worry about losing your XP anymore thanks to a mod that I've made in conjunction with my friend Helix 2. Let's go ahead and check out the crafting for the mod Soul Siphon. So in Soul Siphon, there are 3 distinct items that you have to be messing with. One is our Sculk Cauldron right here, which you just craft with basically like a cauldron, but it collects souls at the bottom using a Sculk Catalyst instead of just full Crying Obsidian all the way around. You have the Weeping Urn. This will be a collection item. We'll talk about how you actually use this a little bit later in the video, but basically just kind of like a bowl, but with some sand inside of it. That's where the soul also gets stored. And then finally, you have the extraction device. This is the Soul Siphon, the name of the block, and it's basically like an enhanced version of Dripstone. Right here is one example of a Soul Siphon block. And you can also put this up on top of a block, just like this. Now, Soul Siphon, there's basically just one simple apparatus to extract souls, which is the Crying Obsidian with the Soul Siphon on the bottom. You have to be using Crying Obsidian. It's kind of like how Dripstone works. And then you'll have whatever you're converting into at the bottom. So if we place a piece of soul sand up here, you'll see that it'll have this little ghost particle popping up. Similarly to how a regular piece of dripstones works, the Soul Siphon actually works at multiple heights. I just have the random tick speed cranked really high for us to easily see these changes, and it'll work from any height all the way up from the top of the world to the bottom, and you can convert all sorts of items using this and swap blocks in between their possessed state, which right here is possessed sand or soul sand, and its normal state, the sand. And once your soul cauldron is full, you can right click it with a Weeping Urn that'll fill it up. With your full Sculk Cauldrons, you can actually change other items. For instance, for a torch, you can convert to a soul torch. For a campfire, a soul campfire, and for a lantern, big shocker here, soul lantern. But the other one that you'll probably are more excited about is that you can now fill glass bottles with the XP from the Sculk Cauldron to craft up an infinite number of Sculk Cauldrons. This is because soul sand is 100% renewable through piglin bartering, and that means that you literally have an infinite way of storing your XP into bottles. One of the important things about Soul Siphon is that it allows you to kind of carry its properties very easily using the Weeping Urn. The Weeping Urn can basically be treated as a way of temporarily storing things in case you want to use the souls to enchant another item, like a torch or other blocks. The only exception to this rule is with the bottles. You can only fill the bottles directly from the Sculk Cauldron. So if we take our Weeping Urns, our full Weeping Urns here, we can craft a soul torch, we could craft a soul campfire, we could craft a soul lantern, we can also convert red sand into soul soil, or normal sand into soul sand. And that allows you to kind of also make easily back craftable souls, or a way to store a full inventory of experience, because your Weeping Urns can also be stored up to 16, and there's probably some easy automations you can use with other mods. Of course, you're probably wondering, how can I access this mod? It is currently on the CurseForge page of my friend Helix 2, who originally came up with the idea. That link will be down in the comments and in the pinned comment. But maybe you should check out this data pack I made that allows you to see all of the new armor trims very easily. Without further ado, this is Negative Light signing out, and God bless y'all.